When tools come in this kind of packaging, it's horrible because once you open it, you don't have anywhere to put it. Either this or the things you need to use it. So I'm going to make a little pouch bag to keep everything under control. My little bag is going to measure 22 by 20 centimeters. You have to take into account the tool you're going to make it for, if it's something specially for a tool, and the accessories. So I'm going to make sure these fit, and I'm going to make a little pocket on the inside so they don't move. And then I'm going to add snaps. I'm going to use the little brochures that are really useful, and that way it's easy to access. You don't need to do any zips, and it's ideal for beginners as well. So if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing, because I upload twice a week, and that way you don't miss anything. And consider as well sharing it with someone who might enjoy it, and that way we all learn. And I'll leave you here my Instagram account as well in case you want to have a peep. And because it's for something that needs to be strong, it's for a tool, I'm going to use some denim fabric, and this canvas I used to use as an ironing board until I realized it started staining my clothes. So I'm going to use this on the side that's not all stained, and that way I start using it and I don't throw it away. And the first thing I'm going to do is to start cutting the pocket and hemming the top. And once I do that, I can sew it to the line. Let's cut the lining. Storytelling. This glue gun is new. We just got it yesterday because the other one burst. We could see the sparkle and even the what's the name? The electricity went off in my house, so it was quite scary. We were doing the school project, and thank goodness my son wasn't using it. Not that he uses it on his own, but because if it's his project, I let him do it. So I was using it, and all of a sudden, poof. So we went to get another one, and even though we got another one, the older one didn't have any pouch bag or any where to put it in. So it's a bit of a mess because it always ends up everywhere. All the bars fall and you don't know where to put it. So this is much better. I'm going to sew the inside pocket, taking into account how much I want to give it the outside, and then just sewing it with some top stitching on the bottom, because the sides are going to be included in the seam, in the proper side seam. The pocket looks really nice and sturdy, and at the end I ended up sewing the sides as well, so it doesn't move when sewing it to other things or when interfacing out. That is what I'm going to do, interfacing with a double side one, which is really good. So both sides, the lining and the fabric, are already together. They'll be sturdier and nicer to handle, especially with tools. So I'm going to do that. And because everything is hemmed with bias tape, we won't see any seams anywhere. Well, this video is it's not improvised, because I was going to make a pouch bag, but we got that new glue gun and I realized we didn't have anywhere to put it, and I always like making things. I'm going to use things that are useful for the house or for all of us. So this is going to be great. And now that this is a whole piece, I'm going to fold it longwise so I can round the edges of the top a little bit, and that way they look the same and the bias tape is easier to sew. Y ahora esto simplemente es cuestión de doblar hasta la parte alta del bolsillo y coser los laterales. After I had sewn the sides together, I realized I hadn't added the bias tape on the top bit. So I went ahead and just with a straight stitch, I sewed it together so it looks nice and neat. Then I went ahead and cut the excess fabric on the sides so nothing will unravel and look untidy. And then for the rest of the bias tape, it's quite easy to sew together because even on the curves you can follow it, it stretches and it makes sure your shape will look nice. This little machine is really useful and I regret not buying it before because I can see all the possibilities it has. And the snaps are also easy to use. You have 3 different things. The one that is flat for the outside and 2 different ones for the inside, so they can snap together. So you just need to place it so the silicone bit is on the one on the inside, so it doesn't lose its shape. And after pressing it, that's it, it won't go anywhere. Let's try. Yeah. Bien. Ay, Dios. So this is my little bag. I just finished it, and of course the last one I decided to add because I hadn't, it wasn't planned. I placed wrong and I put the 2 of the same heads, so I had to rip it apart. But with some pliers you can, if you cut the middle bit, and if not, you cut the bigger one, the one on the outside, and that way you get to the middle bit and then you can cut it off. What a mess. Whew. So this is my little bag. It's quite useful to have, and I like how fast you can make it because of course the bias tape you just sew on top. So it's a no fuss bag, which is ideal for things like this, things you want to have quickly in a matter of minutes. So let me know then in the comments what you thought, if you like this kind of project, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here because I upload twice a week and that way you don't miss anything. Bye! Hola, hola, hola. Oh, se me enfrió.